One of the most anticipated IPOs is coming. The company name is Snowflake Inc., which is a data warehouse with analytics overlays built for the cloud. The name Snowflake was selected because snowflakes are born in the cloud. I expect the upcoming Snowflake IPO to be in high demand, mainly because Snowflake is being considered as a high growth stock since the company's revenues and gross profits have risen steadily for the last 8 quarters based on the prospectus. Snowflake was only founded 8 years ago in 2012. Its service has rapidly gained popularity, landing partnerships with hundreds of big name companies like Capital One, Sony, and Square. Snowflake had over 121% year-over-year revenue growth. If you're waiting on the Snowflake IPO just like me, then click that like button and subscribe. I'm interested to see how many investors have interest in Snowflake stock, which has shown signs of being a growth machine. What's up, everybody? Mr. Zero to Infinity says hello for episode 61. For this episode, I'll provide my thoughts and opinions about the upcoming Snowflake IPO and whether I think Snowflake stock is a buy. To end this episode, as I always do, I'll provide a quick update of my Zero to Infinity stock portfolio and go over the stocks I recently bought during the market sell-off. Before I get started, all of my episodes are for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and anything discussed on this YouTube channel should not be viewed as investment advice. I am only sharing my personal ideas, opinions, and one of my stock portfolios, so always do your own due diligence and never rely on my information when it comes to investing. So first things first, when is the Snowflake IPO date? At the time of this recording, we are still waiting on an announcement. The standard procedure for an IPO is for a company to take a few weeks to conduct an investor roadshow before announcing the official IPO date. When the IPO date is set, Snowflake stock will trade as SNOW, S-N-O-W. My guess is that the IPO will be coming in the next few weeks. Make sure to comment below if you have any updated information about the IPO date. Let's help the Zero to Infinity community out. Next, what type of company is Snowflake? Well, this tech company can get a bit confusing for anyone that doesn't understand what the cloud is. My goal is to highlight a few of my notes and go over my personal understanding of Snowflake based on my own research. I'll then discuss the trends that I'm seeing right now, which is the main reason why Snowflake stock is high up on my research board of stocks that I'm looking to buy and add to my Zero to Infinity stock portfolio. So what exactly does Snowflake do? Well, Snowflake is pioneering the data cloud. Snowflake is a platform that consolidates data into a single source to drive meaningful business insights, build data-driven applications, and share data. Sounds a bit complex, so let me break down a few things. It's a B2B company or business-to-business company, so a regular consumer like you or myself will never use Snowflake unless we are running a larger business or we work for a large enterprise. To give you an idea, based on the prospectus, Snowflake has 3,117 customers. And out of those customers, 56 are big customers that pay over $1 million. And the average revenue per customer is about $160,000. As of July 31st, 2020, Snowflake's customers included 7 of the Fortune 10 and 146 of the Fortune 500 based on the 2020 Fortune 500 list. Based on my findings, a few customers include Square, EA Sports, Capital One, Sony, Office Depot, DoorDash, Adobe, and the list goes on. Those are just some of the names that I recognized at a glance, and if you've been following my episode series, you already know I am a part owner of Square, so Jack Dorsey's management team going with a world-class data platform like Snowflake to migrate its on-premise data system to the cloud is a great sign of obtaining big customer accounts. So if you aren't familiar with the cloud, there are 3 major players. Amazon's AWS has Redshift, Microsoft has Azure Synapse Analytics, and Google Cloud has BigQuery. And there are plenty of other smaller application-specific competitors. All three of the big players provide data warehousing capabilities, so why would a big enterprise like Square or Sony choose Snowflake? Well, outside of avoiding vendor lock-in with Amazon, Microsoft, and Google for your cloud needs, the way I see it is that a CEO's job is to grow a company in the most efficient manner possible. To do this is to increase those revenue numbers as high as possible with the least amount of money dished out, which are called expenses. Increase performance at the lowest cost possible. Snowflake differentiates itself by allowing customers to pay on demand. Snowflake delivers its platform through a customer-centric, consumption-based business model, only charging customers for the resources they use. An example that comes to mind is your phone bill. Let's say you have 2 phone lines and one phone you rarely use, only a few calls per month. Well, rather than pay $40 per line equaling $80, what if you could pay based on your exact usage or the exact minutes you spoke on a call? This might reduce your phone bill substantially. And for that reason, I could see why a lot of big-time enterprises are choosing Snowflake as their go-to cloud data platform. On top of reducing costs, CEOs choose Snowflake as a strategic partner to accelerate their cloud strategies and deliver new revenue-generating services. Talking about CEOs, Snowflake CEO is Frank Slootman, and he has a ton of experience in the enterprise software industry. Frank was the CEO of ServiceNow from 2011 to 2017, which he took ServiceNow, a company that generated around $75 million in revenue through an IPO, to $1.5 billion. So now, let's discuss if I'll be buying Snowflake stock after it IPOs, and make sure to let me know if you'll be buying or monitoring Snowflake stock and why it's on your research board. I'm sure you may know some things that I haven't researched just yet, so make sure to comment below your thoughts and opinions of the Snowflake IPO as well. I'm very interested to see what type of information you have to bring to the table. As a long-term investor, you all know I try to find long-term trends that I believe I can make money on over long periods of time as a long-term investment. There are quite a few trends that I'm seeing right now. I believe adoption of the cloud is accelerating all around the world, and we are heading towards a digital economy, and data is the new gold or oil. I know Amazon, Microsoft, and Google are the big cloud players, but when it comes to a pure play on the data cloud and data warehousing, Snowflake is a key player looking to gain more and more market share as data consumption and storage continues to trend bigger and bigger. I believe on-premise data centers are migrating to the data cloud, and this trend will continue for years. I believe CEOs of major companies will want to reduce in-house complex and expensive infrastructures for data warehousing, since not all companies specialize in tech. Why not just outsource this hassle to Snowflake? Snowflake is comparable to being a digital utility for enterprises. Just like everyone needs to pay their internet bill on a monthly basis, larger businesses need to store and access all of their data that was collected over the years to make real-time data-driven business decisions. What's better than a pay-for-what-you-use business model? I also think data warehousing is a growing need for any big enterprise looking to expand around the world. There will always be a need to migrate raw data into analytics-ready data. Since machine learning is another trend I'm seeing now, data scientists will need a platform to simplify data transformation to build more efficient machine learning algorithms. Now, when it comes to Snowflake's valuation, I know that Snowflake was valued at $12.4 billion back in February 2020, which was the last time it raised capital. I've seen guesstimates of $20 to $30 billion market valuations when Snowflake IPOs and hits the stock market. For me, I know Snowflake is a company that is focusing on growth for years to come, which is the Amazon business model. Focus on growth over profits to dominate market share. Acquire customers now with a large marketing budget to build out Snowflake's ecosystem. The big question is, how much growth do I want to pay for when Snowflake IPOs? At this time, I'm still doing my research trying to figure out that answer. I expect there will be a large amount of IPO investors during the first couple of days of trading, so I may fall into the wait and see category and monitor the price action very closely. I'm a believer that data consumption and usage will never end, and the need for data warehousing will continue to explode bigger and bigger, which is why Snowflake will be at the very top of my list of new stocks that I'm looking to add to my 0 to infinity stock portfolio. Now, let's pull up my stock portfolio. The portfolio is a little over $12,600 at the time I took this screenshot. If you watched my last episode, you'll notice I added some cash and bought 2 more shares of Fiverr stock and 1 share of Square stock. Fiverr finally corrected off of the all-time high of $127, so I'm looking to build upon my number 1 position, which has had a lot of momentum over the last few months. I've been looking to build up my Square stock position, but it ran up way too quick to buy more shares last month in August. Now that it sold off the $170 all-time high, I decided to buy another share. I will continue to monitor the technicals for my bottom 5 holdings, which are Square, Shift4 Payments, Starbucks, Spotify, and Costco. All those positions are under a 6% weighting in the portfolio. If you've been following the stock market closely just like me, you know that stocks have been correcting these past couple of trading days, so don't be shocked if you see me buying up more shares in September 2020. Since I have a long-term outlook for all my stocks in the portfolio, market sell-offs are welcome since I could buy cheaper shares. I'm a believer that the best time to buy stocks is when people are fearful. We've seen a ton of stocks run up these past couple of months, so more buying opportunities may be coming, so I'll be ready. Will you be ready? Let's end this episode here. Play the music. If you made it this far into the episode, then make sure to subscribe and click that like button to support the channel. It helps immensely with the YouTube algorithm. Feel free to watch my earlier episodes of how I'm growing one of my stock portfolios from 0 to infinity. One of my favorite comments from last episode is on your screen. All my episodes are meant to be watched in order since the stock market is always changing and there are always new trends to be found as the weeks tick forward. Instagram is Mr. 0 to infinity. Thanks again for watching. Let's keep building from 0 to infinity. You got this. Disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor and anything discussed on this YouTube channel should not be viewed as investment advice. All ideas and opinions presented in this episode are mine and mine alone. You should never take any of this information as guidance for buying or selling any type of investment or security. Always do your own research prior to making any investments. Do not assume any facts and numbers in this video are accurate. Read the disclaimer on your screen fully. Peace.